Hi there. Today I would like to talk about our new DIY modules. The first one I would like to show you is the electric Dompteur. This is a swarm LFO. Basically, it is 8 LFOs that are connected, and each of them has an adjustable output. Here we have the frequency control, which decides the speed of the LFOs. In the slowest setting, they can go to an hour and a half, something like that. In the middle position, we have now 1 Hertz. Here we have the waveforms of the LFO. Right now it produces a sine. We also have a triangle, a falling and a rising saw, a pulse, some sort of an alarm signal, and over here we go more and more into random modes. At this point, all the LFOs run in sync. You can change that by using the spread and phase function over here. Right now it is set to phase, which means that the LFOs if you set it like this, will still have the same frequency, but they have 180 degree phase offset. I think it's easier to see if we go to another frequency. So right now you can see that they're chasing each other. So this output's just a very simple LFO switch. Another functionality we have is the spread function. If set to spread, the LFOs start with an offset, but they all have still the same frequency. But the spread, following the spiral, is now changing the frequency of the LFOs. This one is still our input frequency, and this one is now much slower. That sounds like that. In the slowest setting, when the spread is engaged, the slowest LFO goes down to around 6 hours. So 8 waveforms, including random, frequency on 1 kilohertz, 1 hertz, and spread and phase function. Another interesting function that we have is the clock input. This takes a normal signal from another source in the rack, but it also can detect MIDI. So a MIDI clock can be 25 times or 16 times higher, and if there's a clock input here, the frequency knob will turn into a divider. Now the clock signal is present. And the slower we go, the more the input pulse will be divided or multiplied into bigger chunks. So the LFO will always follow the tempo that you set in your rack, and it can follow along, and it can be phased and spreaded across the 8 LFOs. And they all have settings for their strength.